Hello. Most of you know that I'm Professor Margaret Rogers Van Coops and that I'm a medium. And one of the things I always did way back in England before I ever came to America, and the mediumship that I had in those days was very much about channeling what's going to happen in the future. And I was reminiscing and looking through the book, and I found these things that I channeled for the public a long time ago. And now, because of the way the world is, I'm going to read it to you. Now, I'm going to be looking down quite a bit, so don't worry about looking at my face, but please listen that both these things were channeled in 1984 and written in my book, because in those days I used to write down everything that I was channeled. So this first one is a warning. And I must say here that most things are, how shall I say, given to me way, way before they happen. And I have to be honest and say that throughout my life, whenever Spirit has given me news, for example, when the spaceship went up with the teacher on board, they warned me a year before that a spaceship would, blow up. And so when that day happened and I heard the teacher's voice, I knew immediately that that was what was going to happen. And I rushed all over the place trying to call Jodrell Bank and places like that to warn them, because I knew that the whole problem was an electrical one that would set off the explosion. So this is not about that. This is about where we're at now. And I felt I should share it because it is a very strong warning to everyone worldwide. So it begins like this. Tank, guns, men. Arms for the forces. A call for all young men to arms. Little League becoming man. So that gives me a time. It means children that at the time were small and they're going to grow up, so in the future. War with Ukraine, question mark I put, because I didn't even know where Ukraine was at that time. And it says the date was 2023. A throne renowned is made claim for support. I think that means head of our state. Fiddler on the roof means doing a lot of things, trying to make a lot of noise, but what happens when a fiddler's on the roof? He's just on the roof, so he's not really giving us what we want. Preaching the gospel, easy to say, but hard to believe in times of stress. So that says that we were in a state. Conflict, 2023, war. Fair weather, weather the storm, trappings. Latent ideas, gospel coming forward, 2020 to 23. Money being balanced by the nations, holding hands to form a chain. One weak link. Now this is a bit that I was really interested in. Hitler rises again in a new form. Chain gang. Television brings the news. The sword of destiny rises, carrying the message of truth. I think that's Russia, 2023. Nation shall speak to nation of peace, but the sword has lifted and must strike to rest. Stars and stripes will strike the first blow. I think, with what Trump was saying the other day, threatening Russia with supplying Israel, etc. So, okay, stars and stripes will strike the first blow, but the sickle will not lie down. Fortune rests with those who are numbered. Any man can see the truth. Failure to succeed means retreat and think again. And then it says this bit I don't like. The heavens open and the rain shines down on man, and he is in mortal peril, mortal danger. But the voice of the Lord, I'll turn the page over, will be heard, and the lion shall lay down with the lamb. Pray each hour for safety. Do not think on this, but act accordingly. The end is the beginning, and in the beginning was the Word. The Lord gave life, and the Lord taketh away. We know your destiny, and it is safe, meaning me. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. I believe that's all the women rising up right now about the baby issue. Now this is the bit. Israel is doomed. Egypt is lost. Arabia is condemned. Nepal is silenced. Franco is back in force. That means, another leader, of course, by now. Chairman Mao, which of course he's dead, meaning China, sings like a pussycat, meaning they're meowing a lot, but they're not really going to do anything. Then peace reigns over the earth. Now I have to turn, that's the first one I wanted to say, and I'm sure it's about now. This is a dictation to me by Jesus and God. Yes, I have always heard the voice of God, and Jesus works with me all the time. I appeal to all mankind, the Catholics, Protestants, Jews, Baptists, Gospel, Neolithic, agnostics, and all other denominations of the earth to listen and hear my voice. You are on the brink of war. Some of you know it and earnestly strive to prevent it. Some of you feel it and pretend it does not threat. Others of you are in ignorance and turn your back upon the world. It is time for all to look forward and be aware. As you see the turmoil and judge, know that the good and bad that you all show us is all part of God. So God is at war with himself, for he sees his creation and is not satisfied, for he sees its needs for completion. So each one of you is at war with yourselves. You have a good and bad side, and as you war to completion, you blame others and project the completion outward. This war is not a physical war. This war is a spiritual one, but you choose to make it physical. Because it is a spiritual war, I send amongst you avatars. These are my law keepers. They are the balancers of the earth. Too long you have turned from the Spirit. You have divided yourselves from one another, and so you have divided yourselves from me, and in so doing, divided yourselves in half. You seek another who will complete you and make a whole. You each one are whole, as I, God, am whole. If you are to become one, then you must discern the balance within and cease to be afraid. As each is complete, then each becomes a part of my greater completion. All who are of many religions, who call my name, speak as one voice. I tell you that I have one heart, one mind, one voice. You, my people, are these. Your spirit is my voice. Your mind is my creation. and your soul is my body, my heart. In this hour of darkness, I give you the light. My child, I am with you always, meaning me. This you will speak to the nations. I will be beside you. Am I not a forgiving God? Then let them know this. For even in the darkest hour, there is light. Amen. Then they went on to give me this little message for me. The pain in my heart is a reminder of the pain occurred when I was 23 to 25 years old. I remember at that time that I was going through a very bad marriage. But the world was turned upside down even then in 23 to 25. During this time, I avow that no one would ever tell me or anyone else what to do again. That's a message, meaning we all have to decide for ourselves what is truly our truth and what we truly want to do with our world. So no one, and that's written in big bold letters, listen only to your mind and the voice of God. Let no one influence you. Listen to their fears and heal their wounds, but do not be contaminated by their fears. That's a lot to take in. And at the time when I wrote it, I thought maybe a couple of years from then. But I've also learned over the years that Spirit gives me things way before they happen. So I hope you, having listened to this, see it as a warning from God and from my spirit guides to give to you all to think very clearly about fighting in the Aquarian age. The Aquarian age is not about war like the Piscean age was for many, many thousands of years. There was the controversy, I can and I can't, I will and I won't, I shall and I shan't, I'm not and I am, and so on. But in the Aquarian age, this is about, who are you? I'm going to sit down and listen to what you have to say, and I will consider it, and I will see if I can adapt to it, integrate with it, and find peace. Well, we've been doing that with Israel and the Middle East for a long time, and now we've got Russia and Ukraine going on at the same time. I think what God gave me was relative to now. And I would be very, very grateful if you would be so kind as to share this across the world. Share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, share it on all social networks. We must warn the people of this world that we want peace, not war. And so all the threats that are coming out of this country to try and solve it with violence won't work. It has to be roundtable and discussions, and we have to understand those who are on the dark side believe they're right, but given time, if they understand that a nuclear war on Russia or on the Middle East will only cause devastation ultimately to us all. I'm serious about this, and so please share it with anyone and everyone that you know would share it too. Thank you for listening. I love you in the soul of my heart and from God. Blessings.